Under the morning mist, the Zambezi Valley seemed to still be asleep. But that tranquility was just a thin veneer, easily torn apart by strange attacks, livestock disappearing, people injured, large claw marks etched into wooden walls. All signs pointed to one culprit, the leopard. According to village chief Themba, they had grown bolder, even wandering close to the village at night. Without delay, we formed a hunting party. Armed with rifles, hunting knives, and provisions to prepare for the dangers ahead. Our destination lay deep in the forest, and no one knew what awaited us. Join us on this journey. The trip had barely begun when an unexpected event unfolded. One of our first traps had proven effective. Beneath the canopy, a leopard crouched, tearing apart its small prey, completely unaware it had stepped into our trap. We kept silent. When the opportunity came, I raised my rifle, aimed carefully, and fired. The shot was decisive. The leopard fell to the ground, unable to react. Everything ended swiftly. And for us, the spirit of the hunt had always been prepared. We silently made our way through the dense forest. Fresh footprints, claw marks on trees. All signs pointed to one thing: the leopard was close. Mark suddenly raised his hand, signaling us to stop. High above, amidst the thick foliage, the leopard appeared. The group immediately took position, waiting for the signal. Mark nodded. John pulled the trigger. The bullet sliced through the air. The leopard fell to the ground without a chance to react. The greatest threat had been neutralized. Around midday, the sky unexpectedly darkened as though signaling an approaching storm. The team took a brief rest by the edge of the forest. As for me, perhaps due to the excitement from the morning's tracks, I quietly veered off the trail into the deeper woods. I had just passed under a low-hanging branch when a shadow suddenly leaped from the brush. The leopard materialized before me. I had no time to think. I only managed to draw my rifle and squeeze the trigger.
Shoot again? No. Shoot.
One shot. The beast hesitated, then collapsed to the damp earth. A flash battle, ruthless, unpredictable. Did you enjoy this move? Don't forget to leave a like. By the end of the day, the team silently climbed into the large trees around the forest where we had set traps earlier in the afternoon. The snares, bait, and even the lighting were all carefully planned. From our high vantage point, we waited in silence. Midnight, the forest was still. A light swept across the ground, then stopped. Beneath the thick canopy, the leopard had fallen into our trap, casually enjoying its prey, completely unaware. Mark signaled. John squeezed the trigger decisively. The shot shattered the silent forest. The beast collapsed instantly. A perfect strategy, flawless coordination. This was the result of experience, trust, and discipline. The next morning, after a grueling day in the forest, we set out again. And then, beneath the moss-covered canopy of an ancient tree, the leopard emerged, focused on tearing apart the prey it had just caught. No one spoke. We watched every move, waiting for the right moment. When it leaned down again, its vulnerability was exposed. I raised my rifle, steadying my hand. The shot rang out sharp and cold. The leopard fell immediately. It was all over in a few seconds. Another threat eradicated thanks to our skill, silence, and eyes never leaving the target. Leopard hunting is no easy task. As the day drew to a close, we began packing up, preparing to leave. But then an inexplicable sense of unease crept into my chest. I looked up. On a high branch, amid the dark foliage, the leopard silently watched us, its pale yellow eyes locked onto us. This time, it wasn't being hunted. This time, it was the hunter. I quickly gripped the rifle stock. The shot rang out, sharp and decisive. The beast fell, heavy and silent. It was truly a close call, as just one slip-up could have cost us our lives. The final ambush came in a way none of us had expected, but reflexes, experience, and a bit of luck helped us survive. We left the forest as dusk fell. Behind us, the deep woods. Ahead, the peaceful village. This time, we were truly going home. The afternoon sun blazes across the dry, barren land where the forest and savanna meet. The entire area is shaking from the damage to the livestock of the local villagers who lost so much in a single night. Wild lions had come down from the hills and attacked their cattle. Unable to bear it any longer, the village chief sent us on a mission to set out at dawn. Today's hunt is far from easy. As you know, lions are apex predators with sharp instincts and formidable strength. This means we have to be more prepared than ever, selecting the right ambush spot, setting smart traps, using light shadows, and skillfully covering our line of sight to avoid detection. In such a challenging situation, would the first shot hit the mark? We moved deeper into the dense forest, silently observing the tracks left behind in the dry soil. As we passed through the cool shadows of the old trees, our scouts suddenly spotted a tall, dark shape hanging between the branches. The team leader immediately signaled for silence, while the support group blocked potential escape routes. My deputy and I moved silently, choosing an angle from beneath the trees. Calculating the trajectory of the bullet, I locked onto the target's midsection. The shot cracked through the air, hitting the beast squarely and bringing it down from the tree. The thud of its fall was impressive, but we all breathed a sigh of relief after the intense moments of suspense. The first shot was successful, and we quickly gathered our prize before continuing our journey. The gunshot faded, and the forest fell eerily silent. But it didn't last long. From the dense bushes to the south, another golden shadow stirred. A lion's head emerged, its eyes sharp and alert, seemingly assessing how its companion had been taken down. The tension escalated. I quickly raised my rifle, but didn't fire immediately. Instead, I adjusted my angle to not only control the animal, but also to prevent it from retaliating. A golden moment arrived, and the shot rang out, piercing the target with deadly precision. By controlling the rhythm of the lion's movement, I seized the upper hand in the face-off with this king of the jungle. We pressed on with the hunt and soon found fresh scratches on a tree, a clear sign that a male had marked its territory. Suddenly, a lion emerged directly ahead, its gaze scanning as though it was assessing danger. I quickly adjusted my breathing and aimed from behind a large rock, ensuring it couldn't react in time. The bullet rang out, striking with absolute precision. It collapsed, completely neutralized. As you can see, hunting lions is no simple task. Without experience, any hunter would surely be turned upside down by the situation. Just as we thought we were in the clear, an urgent signal came through from our scouts. The entire team turned their gaze forward. A lion was charging straight at our formation. There was no retreat. I shouted orders for a line formation, and we unleashed a barrage of gunfire, creating a wall of flames. The powerful beast kept charging, closing the distance, claws ready to tear into anyone in its way. In that breathless moment, the final shot halted it in its tracks. The massive body collapsed just inches from us. It was a truly perilous encounter. After that fierce confrontation, the team agreed to switch tactics, replacing our rifles with bows and arrows. It was a risky decision, but one that fueled the hunters' competitive spirit. Just 10 minutes later, a lone lion appeared from the edge of the forest. My teammate quickly found a place to ambush and slowly drew his bow. He calculated the arrow's flight path and the wind's direction to ensure the shot would be true. With steady breath, waiting for the moment when the prey lifted its head, the arrow flew like a bolt of lightning. The beast jerked, quickly losing its fight, and fell silently to the ground. Changing weapons mid-hunt was not easy, but it proved the power of precision and calculation in archery. We were starting to feel the fatigue when an unusual sound from the bushes stopped us in our tracks. I signaled for silence. It was a massive lion hiding in the shadows. Rather than shooting immediately, I waited until it fully entered a safe gap before squeezing the trigger. My teammates immediately provided additional fire from both sides, cutting off every escape route. The beast fell right where we had set our trap. This hunt came to a close, not only as a test of courage, but also as a testament to the coordinated efforts and precise strategic planning of the team. Everything was carried out within the laws and regulations of the region to ensure safety and the true purpose of the hunt. If you found this footage exciting, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to join us on future adventures. For us, the war against wild boars never truly ends. They appear all year round, at any time of day or season. In autumn, when dry leaves crunch under our feet, every hunt brings a different kind of challenge. But when winter arrives, snow blanketing the mountains, cold cutting to the bone, the battle turns into something entirely different. Each season is a new battlefield, yet our mission never changes: to stop the advance of these destructive beasts. Today, come with us and see how we face them. Hunting is never simple. Behind every shot are hours of watching, calculating, and waiting in absolute silence. It is a duel between human patience and nature's wariness. And then, the moment finally comes. Our first target of the day appears. The forest is swallowed in thick snow, trees stripped bare like silent sentinels. From afar comes the crunching of snow under heavy steps, a herd of wild boars marching forward, unaware that death lurks close. Bang! The gunfire slices through the frozen air like blades. 2 boars collapse into the snow, while the rest scatter in panic, vanishing into the depths of the forest. Hidden behind bare branches, suddenly, a massive boar bursts out from the cold gray trunks, charging straight at me with brute force. No time to think. Boom! The bullet rips through the air, striking the beast square in the head. It crashes onto the snow. On the other side, our golden-furred companion leads the target into the open with a furious bark, supporting David. As if on cue, boom, the shot shatters the silence. The beast staggers, collapses, and sinks into the white expanse as though blown out of existence by an invisible winter gale. On another ridge, our teammate Thomas has taken position as planned. The hillside is a harsh place, cliffs and steep slopes, where wild boars often hide deep in the brush or crawl into dark crevices, making them almost impossible to spot. As Thomas moves along the slope, a wild boar suddenly bursts out like an arrow through the silence. With 10 years of hunting experience, Thomas reacts instantly, rifle raised, aim fired. Bang!
Come on.
Further down the slope, a boar is casually enjoying its midday meal, unaware that it's already in our sights. But it's too late. Rifle loaded, Thomas locks his eyes on the target. The shot is clean, direct, lethal. The boar drops instantly. What do you think? Was that a perfect 10? Let my teammate know in the comments. Halfway down the hillside, cautious boars emerge from the dense brush. Holding my breath, I raise my rifle. Eyes sharp, fixed on their every move. The click of the bolt echoes in the stillness. 2 shots ring out across the slope, both striking true, both fatal. Today, we've claimed plenty of trophies, Our legs ache, our bodies are exhausted after the long hunt, yet our hearts are full. It's not only the thrill of the kill, it's the relief of knowing we've helped protect the land from destruction. And perhaps, tomorrow, the journey begins again, hardships and surprises waiting ahead.
What?
On the fertile fields of Arkansas, a silent yet brutal war rages every single day. Our enemy is not human, but an aggressive invasive species, the wild hog. Every year, Arkansas loses tens of millions of dollars as they ravage crops, tear up the soil, and threaten the fragile ecosystem. That's why every one of our trips is more than just hunting, it's a mission to protect the farmers' hard-earned harvests, to restore balance to nature, and to safeguard peace for the community. Join us now as we take you through a day of battling these cunning and destructive invaders. We set off at the break of dawn, not for leisure, but to defend the hard work sown into the land. Each of us carefully double-checks our gear, because even the smallest mistake could render an entire day's effort useless. Finally, the destroyer shows itself, dashing across the dry fields like a raging storm. My first shot was rushed, it split the air, but missed the target. Damn it, too fast. I took a deep breath, steadied the stock against my shoulder, and focused all my senses on the next round. Boom, a clean hit, the echo of the gunshot restoring peace to the tender shoots sprouting on the field. A shaky start, but victory nonetheless. A massive black boar was tearing across the field, aiming straight for the treeline. Think you can escape? Leon didn't give it that chance. One single shot, its entire plan collapsed in an instant, marking the end of its path of destruction. How many points would you give that flawless shot? Out from the towering stalks of sugarcane, a dark giant suddenly burst forth, like an arrow. The window lasted only a split second, but James wasn't about to waste it. One shot echoed, sealing the sweetness of the harvest still waiting in the fields. When the last rays of sun disappeared behind the mountains, that's when the real game began. The night may be their domain, but with technology on our side, the darkness became our ally. In the pitch black, they appeared only as bright silhouettes through the thermal scope. Their feast was in full swing, unaware that death had arrived to teach them a brutal lesson. One shot, one hog down. The rest scattered in panic, fleeing blindly into the endless night. Elsewhere, one hog crouched low in the brush, trusting the perfect camouflage of night to protect it. Mistake. My trigger pull shattered its illusion, along with the fate of a few unlucky companions hiding nearby, restoring peace to this invaded land. Elsewhere, one hog crouched low in the brush, trusting the perfect camouflage of night to protect it. Mistake. My trigger pull shattered its illusion, along with the fate of a few unlucky companions hiding nearby, restoring peace to this invaded land. Do you agree that overconfidence is the deadliest mistake in the battle for survival? Our work is recognized and supported by the Arkansas state government, backed by clear insurance policies, ensuring the safety of every team member. Stay with us on the next journeys to witness how this silent war truly unfolds.